Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I want to explain to you how the body works and where it came from is I've had to learn this one step at a time as I've been doing Hoi Chi. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to explain to you how it works. Now, it's very simple. I got a simple kind of mind, and I have to understand something before I can do something about it. So I try to understand things. So I've had to piece this all together throughout the years. I've been doing the Hoi Chi over 30 years now, and it is something that I developed. And what it is I read the energy in the body. The lack of energy means pain and discomfort. And so what I had to do is figure out not just the pain. The pain itself is not that difficult. I mean, you know where your pain is. The problem is trying to figure out why you have that pain. And with the Hoi Chi, I help you understand the body. So now, and then that pain is associated with organs of the body. And so I'm going to try to explain to you first, how does the body work? Now, once you understand how the body works, then you can do something about it. And that's what the Hoi Chi does. It's an education kind of thing more than anything. The symptoms or the side effects of the Hoi Chi is your pain goes away. But if you've noticed, pain can go away, but it comes back. And the reason is you didn't take care of the cause. And so if you understand how the body works, then you can take the steps to get rid of what's causing your problems. So right now we're going to talk about how the body works. Okay, the first thing is you eat. When you're eating the food, you're chewing it up, you're breaking it down. The saliva in the mouth starts breaking it down in the mouth. As it goes down into the stomach, then you got all these additives going into your stomach, and that helps break it all down. And then it takes maybe an hour and a half, 2.5 hours for food to break down. And then it goes into the intestines. Okay, we're going to stop right there. This is the reason why eating the proper food is important, because it breaks down as you're chewing it and goes into your stomach, and all the bile and all the stuff goes inside there and starts breaking it down. So that's why fresh was it MGO or GMOs or whatever, good food, less preservatives and all this type of stuff. That's where the good food comes in. It breaks down. The stuff that doesn't break down, it's not going to break down real good in your stomach either. Okay, then I try to wait. I tell people wait 3, 4, 5 hours after you eat before you go to sleep. I normally wait between 6 and 7 hours after my supper before I go to sleep. This way, everything is out of my stomach. Okay. Now, what happens when it leaves the stomach? It goes into the small intestines. The small intestines got these little hairy-like things in your small intestines going back and forth all up inside there. And these little hairy things pull out all the nutrition out of the food that you've been eating. So it's pulling all this food out, or this nutrition out. That's what gives you energy. So if it doesn't break down properly, it's not going to give you all that good energy. And that's where maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours, is to let it break down, go into the small intestine, and then it goes into the large intestine after it's already taken out all the energy or all the nutrients. It goes into the large intestine. And the large intestine pulls out all the fluid. That's where water is important. And we're going to talk more about that a little bit later. And so then it goes into the small intestine, and then it takes time. And now that's where, even more time comes in, but it's no big deal. And now this is where your poop comes in. When your poop is hard, little balls or stuff like that, you don't have enough water in your system. And so you're dehydrated is what you are. And when that happens, that's the symptom is going to be their poop's not going to be good. Poop, to me, I think the poop should be kind of like toothpaste or peanut butter, creamy peanut butter, that kind of texture. I've had people disagree, and you can disagree with me all you want on all this stuff. But like I say, when I get people on the table, I prove all this stuff. So this is what makes the Hui Chi very interesting. And then like I say, as I'm going through, I'm explaining how the body works, and I explain some of the symptoms that go along with the spots that I find when they show up. That usually tells me you're going to have these kind of symptoms. Okay, now that's for the digestion. Okay, now come to the fluid, the drinking water. Water, you need to have water. You can't say pop and coffee and all these are water. They're not water. They're all toxins of some type. Some toxins are easier to get out of your system. Some toxins aren't. So that's why you need good, clean, pure water. That's why I purify my own water. In the United States, we're supposed to have good, clean water. We don't. And I purify my own water. Or I'll have bottled water, purified bottled water. But you need water. I don't want to go on all the details on when to drink water and all this stuff, but probably a couple quarts of good, clean water throughout the day is a good thing. Now, as I'm, let me see. So, okay, now, when I do the treatment, the Hui Chi treatment, the first thing you do is you're laying down. And you lay down on your stomach, and you turn your head to one side or the other. It doesn't make any difference. And then what I'm doing is I go down the spine, and I treat the tendons or ligaments, whatever, on both sides of the spine. I don't treat the spine. That's a chiropractor kind of thing. But I do the tendons and ligaments on the side. Now, what happens if there's a lot of toxins in there? What's going to happen is it's going to move the vertebrae from one side to the other. And then that's why you're going to see vertebrae like that, or maybe a curved spine, stuff like this. The tendons and ligaments aren't doing their job, and they've got toxins in them. Now, as I'm going down, I'm finding these things, and I've learned through the years certain vertebrae mean certain things. And one is right about where the brow line is on your spine. You'll have two vertebrae that aren't working quite right. And when they're not working right, that means your heart won't be working right. And we'll get back to the heart. But like I say, so that's not the cause for the heart. That's something telling me what's going on. Okay, and then the lumbars. Anybody with low back, lumbar problems, it tells me there's going to be a kidney that's not functioning properly. And 90% of the population, the kidneys aren't working properly. So, I mean, that's just the way it is. And why, and once the kidneys aren't working properly, because the kidney's job is to pull out toxins. So then when they're not pulling out the toxins, your body is accumulating toxins. That's going to cause problems. And normally, and when I say normally, I'm talking about close to 100% of the time, what's going to happen is your pelvis is going to twist like that. And then when your pelvis twists, then that just boom, twists you like that, and then it's going to pinch a nerve in the bladder, and then you won't be able to urinate properly. And when you can't urinate properly, then what happens is those toxins in your kidneys aren't draining. So then you're going to have one kidney show up. Sometimes you have people with both kidneys show up. And that's really a sign they're not drinking water or something going on in their lifestyle. There's something not right. And but all this all comes together when we finish up the treatment. But anyway, that's what's going to happen. And then I'll fix the pelvis. And when I fix the pelvis, then now everything is going to go good on that end. But I'm going to stop right here, and we're going to go to part 2. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.